Welcome to another Technical Success Talks. Today we're going to be talking about hybrid work, something that since the start of the pandemic has been affecting basically every company and every person in the world. We're going to talk about some of the benefits and some of the not so beneficial aspects and how OKRs fit into that. So Craig, what are some of the concerns around hybrid work that CEOs and companies are worrying about all around the world?
Yeah, I would say there are three major concerns for organizations and specifically C-suite in general. I would say that the drive for strategic alignment, while not even in a hybrid work environment is difficult, is really amplified in a hybrid work environment. So being able to see as the employee how my work is contributing to the overall goal of the company, or how what I do on a day-to-day basis is really impacting and making a difference. I would say that that is one of the biggest concerns for organizations, not only in hybrid work environment, but in general. I would say that trust is a big issue in the hybrid work environment. So organizations and managers not really knowing how their employees are working on a day-to-day basis. They can't see them. They can't look out of their office and see them sitting there working all day. And I would say third, the isolation of new employees is really driving a tough onboarding experience for most organizations. You don't have that water fountain back and forth conversation anymore where you gain all that knowledge. I can't look to my left and ask someone, a question as a new employee. I have to find a way to communicate my concerns virtually.
Yeah, I think on your first point, that's one of the things that we're seeing in the mass resignation that people are, we're seeing kind of around the world. People who were previously enjoying their jobs because they were in the office and enjoying the social aspect of it, when they're at home and faced with just the reality of just the job and not really feeling the community that they're contributing towards. I think that's a massive part of why people are resigning for jobs.
Yeah, it definitely is a major concern for most employees and organizations. But I would say there is benefits to hybrid work environment. I mean, a lot of companies have realized that it is a huge draw for talent to want to work remotely. So they get to really spread out and find the best talent and really fill the positions that they need with good employees. So I'd say that's a huge draw to the hybrid work environment and why a lot of organizations are trying to adopt it, even with those concerns.
So what do you think OKRs can do to help with those concerns and to help with those benefits as well?
Yeah, so OKRs, I mean, inherently help with strategic alignment. I mean, if you have a proper OKR structure, and if I'm an employee, I can see how my work is contributing to my manager's work, which is contributing to the company. Whatever it may be, I can see how my day-to-day tasks are meaningful with OKRs. I would say that it also drives a results-oriented culture, which really touches on the trust issue of the organization. It's no longer, are they sitting there? Are they working? Are they putting in the hours? It's more of, what's the output? Are they accomplishing the metrics that they set out to accomplish? Are they achieving their objectives? More so than are they working 40 hours a week?
Yeah, nice. Something I've read recently about hybrid work in the McKinsey study of McKinsey survey of executives, and whilst the majority said that they had seen an increase in productivity from hybrid work, or during the pandemic at least, the vast majority of the ones that said they'd seen that increase also said that they'd increased the number of connection points between employees within the company. So that's increasing ways for people to socialize their work and connect with people in their team and outside of their team more than they were doing before. What are some of the things that you've done with your customers or seen your customers do that have helped with that?
So I'd say Gtmhub provides a lot of assets that facilitate that culture. So we have whiteboards, which kind of like a playground for employees and anyone in Gtmhub to really brainstorm ideas, add anyone in the company to that whiteboard and see, how one team is thinking of approaching an objective and another team's approaching it, and really facilitate that cross-functional collaboration. I would say that insight boards also provide a lot of reporting that allows employees and users to really see how their company is performing and see how multiple different teams are performing. And you can comment on insights, you can comment on different key results, objectives, and really drive that communication aspect that's lacking in this hybrid work environment. So if I see that one team is crushing one of their key results, I can comment on it and say, what are you doing to, make that happen? How are you facilitating that? How do I adopt whatever you're doing to be successful and incorporate it into my daily life and my team?
Yeah, one of the boards that I always, in some form, like to get customers using is the team board. I think it's great for being the centerpiece for a team meeting. If you have a weekly team meeting and you can have an overview of all the OKRs that you have, any tasks that you need to tackle, and also just like some general statistics about how well you're doing as a team. That's a great little touch point and a great way that everyone can be on the same page about things. Mm-hmm. And it's also something that lives there the rest of the week. So people can go back. Oh, I remember that thing from the meeting. I want to check it out. I think that's really, really useful. And it has everyone kind of singing from the same hymn sheet because everyone's got that same point of reference for the meeting. So one of the big difficulties around hybrid work when people aren't in the office is that lack of public recognition. People can't just shout "good job" at you from your desk, and it's just not something that a lot of places have a culture of. People sending out, maybe people send out a big email when someone has a promotion, but the little things that people are doing every day can kind of get lost. How we've been tackling that at Gtmhub is with the weekly wins board, and basically this is just a way for us to highlight the most improved key results from the last week or last month, whatever you want to do, and send an email out to the rest of the team to highlight those. That was hybrid work and some of the benefits, difficulties, and what you can do to tackle them. Thanks for joining us.